Robin Williams didn't just want one role in Harry Potter, he reportedly asked about multiple. Welcome to the next edition of Harry Potter Facts from the Source. There's been a long-standing rumor that has circulated in the wizarding world that Robin Williams wanted to be in the Harry Potter movies but was turned down. I wanted to take a deeper dive on this from my Harry Potter Facts from the Source series, as there seems to be a lot of misinformation out there. Robin Williams being passed over for Hagrid is a commonly shared fact, but how true is it? What I did was look into some more primary sources as best I can to try to kind of clear things up. I actually found some interesting things that it's not just Hagrid, and so let's get into it. Let's start with the main factor here. Robin Williams is not British, and there's a long-standing rumor that J.K. Rowling only wanted the movie producers to use British actors for the roles. Janet Hershenson was the casting director for the Sorcerer's Stone movie. In an interview, Hershenson confirms that there was a directive that all main actors had to be British, and she confirms the rumors that Robin Williams was rejected because of this rumor. Here's a direct quote from the article from Huffington Post. Quote, Robin Williams had called Chris Columbus because he really wanted to be in the movie, but it was a British-only edict, and once he said no to Robin, he wasn't going to say yes to anybody else, that's for sure, said the casting director. It couldn't be. End quote. Hershenson doesn't specifically mention the role of Hagrid in this quote, but there is a side note in the Huffington Post article that says, quote, Hershenson said Robbie Coltrane was author J.K. Rowling's first choice to play Hagrid anyway, end quote. Okay, so let's hear from Robin Williams himself next. So in a 2001 article with the New York Post, Robin addresses this rumor himself. I was not able to find this article online firsthand, but the quotes from him are attributed from multiple respected sources, so I feel pretty good about sharing this. So this includes The Guardian, which highlights the quote from Williams from that New York Post article. Quote, there were a couple of parts I would have wanted to play, but there was a ban on American actors, end quote. This is an interesting quote because Williams doesn't say he only wanted to play the role of Hagrid, which is the commonly shared rumor. He says that he wanted to play multiple roles. So the rumor that he wanted to play the role of Hagrid does seem to be accurate, but there's more to the story here. Where this gets interesting is director Chris Columbus, who is the director or producer of the first three films. He also worked with Robin Williams in Mrs. Doubtfire previously, so they had a working relationship. In an interview with Games Radar, Chris Columbus said the following, quote, I had a conversation with Robin Williams, who wanted to play Lupin. It was very difficult for me to say, it's all British, there's nothing I can do. What could have been, end quote. So in this interview, Columbus says that Williams wanted to play the role of Remus Lupin, who didn't show up until The Prisoner of Azkaban. So it seems like Williams was so invested in enjoying the series that he didn't take the initial Hagrid no and give up. He continued on and tried to still get cast on in the film series, even after a few movies. Based on the information that I just shared, my speculation, and again, this is only my speculation, is that Robin Williams reached out to Chris Columbus after the news came out that Columbus was directing the first Harry Potter film. I would assume that Robin Williams was a fan of the series in some form. Maybe he read the books, or maybe he just wanted to be involved in the project. Robin and Chris Columbus worked together for Mrs. Doubtfire, which came out in 1993, so the connection makes sense, and it makes sense that Robin probably pitched himself in one of the roles, specifically as we see Hagrid, most likely, which kind of fits his previous characters that Williams has played in the past. Chris Columbus probably wanted to hire Robin Williams, like one of the biggest actors in the world and super talented. But obviously because of this British-only actors rule that does appear to be accurate, he couldn't hire Williams, but maybe they kept the door open in the future. Robin likely reached out again for upcoming films, specifically The Prisoner of Azkaban and this role of Remus Lupin, which was confirmed by Columbus himself. And unfortunately, it still didn't end up happening. Just what could have been Robin Williams in the Harry Potter films. But yeah, so this has been another edition of Harry Potter Facts from the Source based on this. This long-standing rumor appears to be true, but I think it's actually more interesting than what gets shared online, and that's what I wanted to dive into today. Not only was Robin Williams going to play potentially Hagrid or wanted to play Hagrid, he also wanted to play Remus Lupin, which I don't see often shared online, so that's kind of another interesting thing. Please subscribe to this channel for more kind of Harry Potter Facts from the Source series episodes. We're going to be doing more of these, just diving into various rumors and facts from the Harry Potter franchise. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching.